go. So there we have the bolt. And just gonna coat everything. Just coat the inside as well. A little bit on the threads to just prevent the rust. That should be sufficient. Maybe more than enough. Give it a little wipe off the excess. We don't want too much. If we have too much, it's just going to collect all the grime. I mean, this actually, Ezox will kind of not really dry, but leave a really nice coating on it, a protective coating that prevents rust and also lubricates at the same time. That's why I really like this. And so I could just leave it on, it'll dry itself, and so it won't really actually have an excess, so to speak, as compared to other brands of oil, which is just purely oil or synthetic oil. And there we go. So now this is kind of the complicated part. Well, not so much if you're lucky. You just gotta think about it a little bit. So remember the way you put it in. So we just have this little deflector, and I believe it might take me a few tries. Nonetheless, we have this. I'm just gonna put that there, and we're basically, I'm just gonna zoom in. Maybe that's too much. There we go. That's about good. So you have that. And because it's blue now, it's really hard to see what I'm doing, huh? But basically, kind of put that there. Have a bolt carrier, and where this is going to rotate, that's going to be aligned here. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly put that on that groove right there. Slide her in. And so there we go, now it's like partially in, but I just want to show that really slow. Basically, so I have that there, and this is going to be there, kind of halfway there, and then you're going to notice this little notch there. You're going to want to play around with that and make sure it goes in well. So one more time, I'm going to go from here. And it's in. There we go, just like that. I hope you guys caught that. One more time. Okay, one more time. Let's do that one more time. So I have that on the groove there. Partially put that in. Hold this one on. Play around with it. I kind of push it down a little bit. Okay, so we go in for me. It's a little bit of trial and error, but there we go. Just kind of like flop it up and down, and I'll eventually get in there. So now that we have that in there, we're going to push this all the way forward into a little hole that it belongs to, and that gets pushed in. It's a little tricky. There we go. Inside its own groove. This gets pushed down. And then when you push it in, there's going to be that little tab. Just make sure whenever you disassemble something, or make sure what kind of forces are being applied to it. That's kind of what I do to keep in mind, and then see what's causing it to get stuck or anything, because I believe the engineers they need to always focus on how it is that this is going to be assembled and how it could be disassembled. So there's always, I don't think anything should be forced. And if things do need to get forced, it's usually either because it's got really high tolerances or it's just really brand new. So yeah, kind of high tolerances. So that's that. And I'm just going to zoom out now. Go. And kind of push that in, push it down, and now it's locked in place. There we go, looking really good. Okay, now we have this, and we're going to put this one inside, like that, and then just going to move the little flap. Just get like a little screwdriver, push it forward a little bit, just a little bit. You could even do it with your fingers if you can. So the paint was a little thick. There we go. It just goes in there, nothing too hard. That's actually pretty cool. It's like shiny, then super like dark blue, shiny, super dark blue. I like this combo. It looks really nice. It's like a little gold tooth. In this case, like a platinum tooth, huh? Okay, there we go. Now it's getting really heavy. There we are. Gonna do a little more coat. Just on the slides now. I'm also testing how Ezox does on this durablued, because when I used it on Krylon paint, I believe it just kind of got gummy actually. So that's another thing that I should experiment on. Yeah, I coated one of my whole M1500s with Krylon spray paint. But, okay, so now that's done. We could push this one aside.